Hello, everyone, and welcome to my once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot. You can find me at astrologicaltarot.com right here. And I am both a Vedic and Western astrologer, as well as a tarot and oracle card reader. I'm also well versed in Vedic remedial measures like mantras and yoga and yantras and gem therapy and all the good stuff. So I'm so glad that you're here with us tonight. Tonight, as we move into the first week of May of 2026, this is going to be a week that feels noticeably different from some of the intensity that we've been navigating lately. So if April felt like a bit of a cosmic whiplash, it's because it was. We just came through multiple planetary wars involving Mars, Saturn, and Mercury, all in sidereal Pisces. And this brought an astrological nature of confusion, pressure, conflict, and a lot of exposure. So, as you've been watching the world events, you've seen this reflected everywhere. We're continuing to witness ongoing international conflicts with the war zones intensifying. There's some escalating natural disasters and environmental instability. There are rising social and political unrest, especially across the West, the Iran region, Gaza, all of that. So, and then Lebanon as well. It's everywhere, guys. So there's also been some continued public scrutiny in and around the Epstein files and what that tells us about institutional secrecy, especially with the elites among us. So there's tensions around events like this. There was a big one at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That was an incident that kind of reflected this volatile Mars-Saturn pressure that we've all been under. And these are not random headlines. They are the manifestation of the astrology taking place. So to really understand where we're at now, let's go back to the eclipse cycle that set all of this in motion, because the eclipses that we had in February 17th and March 3rd, they last for 6 months until the next eclipses in August take over. So we had a solar eclipse on February 17th. That was in Dhanishta Nakshatra. Dhanishta is the star of wealth. It's power, status, collective resources. And when it's eclipsed, it exposes corruption, financial imbalances, power struggles, and the misuse of our collective systems. There are questions around wealth concentration, institutional instability, financial pressure, and a lot of the power structures are being challenged because this is the star of wealth. Then, right after that, on March 3rd, we had that lunar eclipse in Purva Falguni, and that's the star of love and pleasure and creativity and human connection. And, this is Dhanishta Aquarius and Purva Falguni Leo, so this is kings versus the collective. So this eclipse exposed where we've been out of balance in our relationships, pleasure seeking, any emotional avoidance, and misuse of intimacy and trust. So that's why we're seeing so many stories in and around exploitation and secrecy and abuse of power. And they're going to continue to resurface, especially as we get closer to those August eclipses. So the astrology is pulling what's hidden out into the light, and that is what eclipses do. So now May is going to become an integration month for us. The good news is energy will be moving again. One of the biggest shifts we're going to see as we enter May is there are no retrograde planets until June 29th. That's really significant because retrogrades force us to review, and direct motion demands action. So after months of reflection, delay, and karmic revisiting, the universe is saying, move, let's go. So you're also going to have to move consciously, though. So don't rush into anything, because while the momentum is returning, the world is still integrating a lot of deep tension, because a lot of countries around the world are going through their Pluto, aka Yama, return. It's every 248 years. It's a big one. So let's just talk about the collective astrology for this week. If you want to see what you can expect over the month by sign, that's in the previous video. I have a whole thing on that by sign. You can look that up. So let's talk about Venus being strong in Taurus. I love it when Venus is in Taurus, right on my ascendant, because it's one of our biggest blessings right now. Venus is in his own sign, and this supports a lot of financial grounding, some stabilized relationships, reconnecting with beauty and peace, and returning to what truly matters. So after all of this recent chaos that we've been undergoing, Venus is now reminding us that not everything has to be fought, and some things are restored by just being still. Okay, then we have the sun exalted in Aries. This gives us courage, vitality, leadership. It's excellent for taking care of your health and building confidence and starting something new. But the caution is exalted sun can inflate the ego, so it's important you're careful in that area. Now, we may also see this reflected globally through political posturing among leaders, especially the strongman narratives that are coming out, and some leadership clashes as well. So again, very visible in current world events. Now, we did have a full moon in Libra, Swati Nakshatra, on May 1st. And as we began with this new moon, Swati knows it's ruled by the wind. So this month is going to bring us a lot of movement, a lot of change, some unpredictability. And this full moon asked you, where have you sacrificed your peace to maintain appearances? Because collectively, we can expect a lot of revelations around partnerships, diplomacy, and agreements to come out after this full moon that we had on the 1st. So that could possibly correlate with shifts in international negotiations, alliances, and political tensions as well. On that same day, we also had Buddha Purnima. That is a beautiful spiritual counterbalance. And when the world is full of noise, this reminds us that peace is not passive, peace is discipline. So this is an ideal week for meditation, for silence, for compassionate practices, offering kindness where a lot of fear is dominating. And then tomorrow on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, big holiday here in Mexico, Ketu is going to aspect Mercury. Ketu is the south node. And Mars is going to aspect Jupiter. So this can bring about a lot of sudden revelations, sharp rhetoric, and miscommunication. There can also be some ideological conflicts as well. So this is the kind of astrology that coincides with major media stories, disclosures, escalations, that are already addressing these very unstable situations that we're seeing. So if the headlines intensify in the next week, don't be surprised because the sky is very active, okay? Now, right now we're undergoing a temporary break in Kal Sarpa Yoga. Kal Sarpa Yoga is broken. That's when all of the planets are hemmed in by the nodes, this north and the south node, which cause eclipses. That's giving us a brief exhale, a chance to regroup, and a chance to really gain our perspective, especially after April. But this is temporary because it's going to return on May 11th. So use this first week of May really wisely to get grounded, organized, and clear. Some Vedic remedies that you can do this week, especially if your anxiety is a little higher than normal, and for many people it is. Here's what I strongly recommend. For your mental overwhelm, you can say this mantra on Wednesdays, miércoles, okay, Mercury's day, and that can help with a little bit of the mental overstimulation that we'll be going through. And I'll give you a mantra that you can do 108 times via a mala, which is a string of beads, kind of like a rosary. Om Brahm Brim Braum Sa Buddhaya Namaha. And that can help calm Mercury-related anxiety and any kind of scattered thinking that you might be having. For emotional pressure, you can do some water therapy, take shower, bath, sit near water, because Pisces energy needs emotional release. Okay, because especially after those wars we just went through. And a really good mantra that you can do for that is Om Shram Shrim Shram Sa Chandra Masaya Namaha. And that's best done today, Moon Day, Lunes, okay? And for any kind of global or collective fear that you're responding to, just limit your news consumption. Try to find a funny way to get it. That's what I do when it's too much. Stay informed, but not consumed by it. And know that there is a difference, okay? So if you're looking for a little spiritual stability on Thursday, you can honor Brihaspati, that's Guru. Light a candle, you can read a sacred text. You can pray, because this is all about a return to wisdom, because Guru right now this is Jupiter, is strong in Punavarsu. This is the nakshatra of renewal, and it's an energy that is being made available to all of us. So I hope that was helpful for the week, you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Tonight I'll be taking your live questions for astrology and tarot guidance. Just ask your question in the chat. Tippers obviously get priority. All of my links are in the description as well as the chat. And after that, I'm going to go in order as questions come in. So just try to make your questions clear and specific so I can help as many of you as possible. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. I have a lot of new people joining the channel, and it's lovely to have you here. So let's take a breath. Let's set our intention, and let's see what the cards and the cosmos have to say. And I would love to introduce tonight's guest. However, she is unwell. So any prayers that you guys can offer up, Reiki, healing, good thoughts for the lovely Jane of Jane the Seeker Tarot would be appreciated, because she's got a bit of a stomach bug. Okay. I really am going to miss her tonight because it's been a full month. So I got to really chat with her. So yeah, Jonathan and I are sending her lots of healing mantras. And Jonathan says hi too. There's the hand. So, oh my goodness. Let me say hi to a few of you in the lovely audience. And as you guys can see, I have Mexico City behind me. I love it here. So, all right. And then thank you, Venus, for reminding everybody how the show works. I appreciate you. And it's lovely to see you, Hershey. She had a lovely show this morning. It was great to see you do readings, and your home and your background is just beautiful. I love it. I love how you're just settling in with Michelle. You guys are making it really nice there. The lovely Sybil is here. It's great to see you, Sybil. Let's see. And PXRS, it's lovely to see you. Good to see you as well. I did go into all of the specific things that we can expect in May in detail. You can check out that video. I did it last week, and I did it by sign too. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's why you avoid people nowadays. They're all lost. Good to see you, Demets. Yeah, we're having to set a lot of boundaries with people, especially morally during these times, because it's nuts. It really is. My heart goes out to you, sweetie. And flower full moon, yeah. And we're doing okay. You know, Jonathan is healing. He's got his wound. You can see his arm. Show him. Yep, he's healing. Yay! So you can kind of see what's going on there if you're looking at the long screen. But he's doing okay, and we really appreciate any healing and things that you guys have been sending. It's been really intense, but thank you for asking, Hershey. I really appreciate it. We're dealing with our, I finally got a hold of finance for our rental property here, because that's where we're staying here. And there was a miscommunication between billing and administration. So I'm hoping that we can get all that. The great thing about, discrepancies in rent and things like that is it's easily provable. It's like, here's my bank statement, yay. So as soon as they see everything, we should be okay. But they gave us 48 hours to vacate last week because they were upset that we missed a payment. And I went, no, I didn't. And I sent them everything. And they basically just sent me the invoice for this month and then like a rundown. And yeah, so we're okay now. But oh my gosh, was that frightening, because we tried to look at other places just in case. And there's a lot of landlords in the CDMX area, this is Mexico City area, that are only taking what's it called INEs, which you have to be a natural born citizen to rent. Like they're not accepting temporary or permanent residency cards. It's crazy. So that was something that I think we needed to find out before before we really try to set down stronger roots here. So we're just keeping all of our options open right now, because that would really, again, neither of us are born in Mexico or have family born in Mexico. So that changes a lot of things, especially for the Mexico City area, but it's clearing up. So that's good. Some patience is here. Lovely to see you. I hope that you're healing well. Yeah. And may the 4th be with you too, Hershey. I love that. Andy is here. It is lovely to see you, Andy. I hope that you're well. And Christopher's here. You're new. You have so many questions. Okay, Christopher, well, welcome. It's lovely to see you. And I hope you're subscribed. We got lots of fun things coming. And thank you for checking on Jane, Hershey. That is so sweet of you. I really appreciate it. She's got a bit of a stomach bug. And then Steve is here. Lovely to see you, Steve. Welcome back. And oh, you're welcome, honey. Yeah, your background. I love it. So your books, and you got these great shelves, and I can see all your spiritual. It's just fabulous. Got great energy in your space, Hershey. All right, everyone's saying hi. Make sure to get your questions in, guys, and I'll go ahead and start getting those. And then Sean is here. Lovely to see you. Manifest Bus had to bring these secret tablets of Thoth out here. Oh, okay. Very cool. And I hope it's resolved too. I mean, what's easy is it's a very easy thing to fix because bank statements don't lie. So it was just like, and I keep receipts. I'm an Excel spreadsheet queen. I have all of our stuff is filed and organized. So we're going to be okay. It's just the communications because of that war. He's going through a Saturn return, and then they all went to war together, aspecting his fourth house of real estate. And so I just looked at Jonathan and said, okay, well, we had 2 floods. You got lost in Mexico City because he has, some stuff he's dealing with. It took me an hour and a half to find him, but I found him. Then we had the issue with the rent, and then he got attacked by a pit bull. We had to go to the ER. It was like a whole week. It was like, oh my gosh, you guys, it was a lot. This last couple of weeks, and last month was nuts. So yeah, I'm glad it's cleared up too, because when someone tells you 48 hours and you're in another country and you can't find another place to rent, it's not good. Like I was kind of stressed out. I won't lie. It's like, thank God for the mantras, but ooh, did it get my blood pressure up, Hershey? Oh my goodness. All right, universally Joy Tishy, lovely to see you as a Scorpion. It's back in the Scorpion hole with all the craziness, lots of transformation going on, right? My Ketu is in the Abukta Mula Gandanta, but luckily I have Jupiter in Scorpio helping me, so I know you know what that means. So yeah, I got an interesting story, Universal Joy Tishy, especially regarding maternal grandparents. So yeah, because that represents Ketu in the chart. So, and it's in that knot. It's a poisonous one, I can tell you that. Lasath doesn't mess around. Lasath is the star that is at the very end of Scorpio. It represents the poisonous stinger. Whew, it brings a lot of lessons. So, and thank you. I appreciate that, Hershey. The lovely Garnet is here. It is so good to see you. And Hershey, I went ahead and got your question in for your 50th birthday. Congratulations, my dear. I am so excited for you. Oh, and thank you for tipping. You are first. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Oh my gosh. So guys, go ahead and get your questions in. The tips they're pinned in the comments if you're on YouTube. They're in the description if you're on Facebook. They're also in the description if you're on YouTube. And then if you're on Twitch, you just go to PayPal and it's Astrological Tarot. Okay? So welcome, guys. It's so great to see you. And yeah, so, oh, what a week. I hope you guys had an awesome week and it wasn't too eventful. So, because I know I got a few emails from people that were struggling, and we included you in our mantra practice, so don't worry about that. And I understand what you're going through, especially if you have a planet in Pisces, sidereal Pisces. It's, it can bring depression and anxiety and things like that when things happen. And that's why our remedial measures are so freaking important. Doing our spiritual work with our Ishtadevati, that's our chosen area of focus, whether it be a religion or a philosophy or a type of spirituality or nature. It's where we put our energy into the cosmos to be renewed and enlightened. So I've been really leaning on Kali Dev this week, you guys. She's been fantastic. She really created a lot of revelatory things for Jonathan and I, and it led to some beautiful blessings that came our way. So we're very thankful to her. And then Andy Lopez, you have Moon in Pisces and it's in your 12th house. You're going through it, my friend. Oh my goodness, that's the 12th house of that's the 12th house of hidden things and in Pisces. So that tells me you're an Aries ascendant. This is going to be a big month for you. And happy early birthday, by the way, if that's for your ascendant, I should say. So that's going to be really interesting. And let's see. Oh, some patience. I went ahead and got your question in. Thank you. Yeah, you're going through what's called sati sati, and then we also had a war there. So that's really intense. So my heart goes out to you. If you'd like a mantra or anything like that, let me know. I'm right here. I can help you with that. Okay. So speaking of Kali, oh my goodness, October 24th, 1990, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Capricorn, Virgo. Okay, so Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Capricorn, and Virgo rising. Very cool. I'll go ahead and get your question in. Mona Lee is here. It's so lovely to see you, Mona Lee. All right. And Will is here. Intense in what way? We just had a bunch of planetary wars go on a couple weeks ago, and whew, they were intense for a lot of people. So, they brought in a lot of emotional battles, mental battles, some financial, just depending on what house it was in for those particular people. So it differs for everyone. It can be health, it can be love, it just depends on what house it happens. So it's lovely to see you. Welcome. And you're new. Well, welcome. It's so lovely to have you. I hope you subscribe and follow. We have a lot of fun on this channel. So, and I know you said hi to Jane. She's actually has a bit of a stomach bug. So she's sitting out tonight, but any healing you guys can send her is so appreciative. So, okay. So let's go ahead while you get your question in. Okay, Kali, I got yours in. Will's got a sense of humor. You're hilarious. I love that. And you play soccer too. Very fun. I love that. Advice for Libra with lots of bills to pay. You got it. I'll get that in for you, honey. All right. So let's go to the lovely Hershey. Happy birthday, my dear. Oh my goodness. 50 is such a wonderful milestone to have. I'm so glad that we get to be with you on your journey. I remember we found you when you were giving your background story, and that was years ago. And Jonathan and I just went, this is a warrior woman. Like, you are one of the strongest people we've ever listened to. Your story is so inspiring, Hershey. What you've been through and overcome, and now you're turning 50, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. All right, so let's see. End of the month. You got it. This is interesting. All right, let me see if I can get an oracle card for you too, for the birthday girl. Okay. All right, Miss Hershey. So you've got some interesting energy coming your way. Okay. So the main thing I want to address first is there's something about partnerships, being diplomatic, contracts. This would be someone who's close to you. You're seeing, they see you, you see them. This is more of a mirrored type of response. Okay. So this card is all about balance. It's about cooperation. It represents the spouse in the chart, okay, because it is 7th house energy. And I said, what's going on at the end of the month? I got some 2 of Wands energy in and around this. So some planning that needs to happen, some contemplation. You might have a change in perspective, but they're really asking you to assess what you would like to do moving forward. What's your vision? How would you like to expand? So it's important that you focus on your solar plexus during this time. Remember, all of the planets are going to be going direct. So this is a great time to put those plans in motion and really get things going. Okay. Now, here's a bit of a warning that I found. It's really important, and I don't know if you're in any kind of a legal situation right now, but I did get justice reversed. So when this is reversed, it can bring out some avoidance, a little dishonesty. This is someone who's kind of being unaccountable, okay? And it's time for you to just stand in your truth and take responsibility for your actions and not allow anyone's bad actions to reflect on you either, okay? If you do that, I got a really good card. Yay. I got the 10 of Wands. So any work that you put into this is going to be successful, but it's important that you try not go into any burnout, especially if you're dealing with any injustice regarding a partnership and the plans that you're trying to make moving forward. It's important that you don't overwork yourself, you take breaks, things like that. Okay. In your planning, I got that there might be a little hiccup, okay, because I did get the Seven of Cups. Okay, so it's important that you don't allow any confusion to interfere with your planning, especially if there's some injustice going on, okay, regarding a relationship. It's important that you keep your options open, but that you focus on more clarity and discernment by staying true to yourself and what is best for you moving forward. This could also be a card of, I get this all the time for when we're planning our visa and our foreign travels and things like that. But again, this is not moving, this is planning, okay? So looking at that as an option for yourself might be something that you can look into, because there are a lot of things that are being supported right now in the collective when it comes to changing our circumstances for the better, especially with the Pluto return coming around. I asked, who's causing this injustice in relationships? Can you guys give me like an energy behind this person? And I got the Radna. Okay. Now, Dharadna is a very interesting energy. So definitely we'll sit with this. Interesting. Okay. And your birthday's May 27th. So exciting. Oh my gosh. Yay. So Dharadna, he appears when there's unresolved desire that demands recognition. He was driven by envy and entitlement because he has a lot of wounded pride. He was a king that was very narcissistic, who thought he was responsible for everything and everyone because he couldn't self-examine. Okay, he was a narcissist. So he teaches us that shadows that are ignored become destiny enacted. So this would be someone in a relationship sphere with you that might be rearing their head toward the end of the month. Okay, this card will bring a confrontation with the inner shadow. You're a shadow reader. You're going to be just fine. But acknowledge any of your suppressed emotions before they take control. And this person might bring in some jealousy, some comparison. Address your feelings honestly rather than projecting them back on this person who's giving you this kind of energy. And just don't give into any narcissistic control. Okay, like just take a step back. And when you refuse, what you refuse to face will rule you. So don't be afraid to see the injustice for what it is. Make plans accordingly. Take breaks as you're doing this, and try not to let all of these events that are coming up toward the end of the month confuse you. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. It's a lot to kind of think about, but you've got this. And I think it's going to be a great month for you, honey. So happy early birthday. So yeah, the 7th card flipped on me. So all right. Old version of me knows this person well. Okay. Yeah, this would be someone probably from the past coming in. Okay, sweetie. So yeah. And then you are so welcome. Thank you for joining. And then Harley, welcome. I'll go ahead and get your question in. I'm so glad you're thankful. We're thankful for you. Oh my goodness. All right. Will's giving us all hearts. Thank you, Will. Okay, and everyone's wishing you a happy early birthday. I love that. Thank you, Mona. That's so sweet. And thank you for staying with us, Will. Yeah. Okay, and then Mona Lee, I'll get your question in. All right. So our next lovely tipper is some patience. Okay, some patience. Let me find your question here. You put a question in the coffee app. It's job related. Okay, let me look. You need guidance on your job. It's your only source of income. Okay, wow, they haven't paid you in 6 months and you feel like you're one disagreement away from the owner turning on my never recovering the money owed. You're not getting paid? 6 months. Honey, that's illegal. Like that's slavery. That's completely illegal. They're not allowed to do that. So yeah, I would not stay in a job that's not paying you, my dear. That's insane. I mean, are you staying it for the health care? Why are you sticking around in a job that hasn't paid you in 6 months? That's a huge breach of everything. So, oh, they've paid some, but less than half. Wow. Okay. Garnet, I got your question in. Day 5650, I got your question. Venus, I got your question. Okay, they paid some, but less than half. That's nuts, babe. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's pull some cards on this. That's not okay. All right, Will, I'm going to add to your question there. You were going to go on a job hunt last time I asked. The card said it didn't look right. Sit tight. Okay, well, let's see what's going on here. There's definitely something hidden going on because we got two Dushtana houses, 12th and 8th. All right. So I know you've been going through quite a bit. So, and then it's the nature of the industry to pay when they can. You should at least get some kind of I mean, is it all based on sales or that's very strange because you should at least get a minimum wage salary, right, Jonathan?
Depends.
Depends. Jonathan worked in a legal office, so every now and then I'll bounce something off of him.
He has an actual employment agreement that should be stated.
Okay, if you have an employment agreement, everything in there should be stated. That's what he's saying to look at. So that's the legal mind back here. Let's see what Spirit has to say about it. Oh my goodness. They are not paying what they can. They're taking vacations to Aruba, and I'm out of tens of thousands. Lord. Okay. Well, I got some good news for you. Okay, things are going to work out for you. I did get 12th house. There's some hidden tendencies going on. They're hiding stuff. Okay. The fact that they're going on vacations and not really putting I'm covered in mosquito bites. You guys can see that. The fact that they're not putting your most basic needs first and they're going on vacations, that's a big deal. Okay. You've got a major change coming your way. I've got the rising Phoenix card. This is 8th house of other people's money. So when I get 12th house and 8th house, this tells me that this is a little bit karmic, but at the same time, that, now that the wars are over and that we're kind of moving into this new energy, things might turn around for you. The reason I say that is I do not have a contract that I wrote, but they aren't honoring it. I do have a contract that I wrote, excuse me, but they aren't honoring it, and I'm getting enough to cover my mortgage, electricity, or gross. You're not getting enough. Oh my gosh. Earlier you did say about something about this job being karmic. Okay. So, my dear, I think this is what's coming your way. Okay, this is some good energy. Okay. I got the 6 of Wands. You will be victorious in what you decide to do. Okay, because this tells me that this is my victory card. There's going to be some kind of adjustment that's made and you will get recognition and success. Not really sure if it's going to happen in the job, but this is the energy that is coming your way. Okay. Then I got the Temperance card. This is all about being patient, healing, living life moderately, trying to be as harmonious as possible. Now, my favorite thing about this card is it's all about sitting still as the storm passes, because know that whatever you decide to do, you will be victorious. That's the energy that's behind you regarding this particular energy. Okay, so that is the main thing that I see coming for you, which is good. All right, then I got an even better card. Okay, I got the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, this is about perfection, security, wealth, and lineage. All right, so this could also represent the people that are, you're working for. Now, it's important that you stand up for yourself, but do so in a very balanced way. And the main thing that they're saying is, especially if they have more than enough and they're not sharing it or honoring your contract, that's a big deal. Okay. What I got is if you take on the spirit of reprisal, it will not be successful. So approaching this because it is a little karmic, from a point of view that invites diplomacy, because vengeance and retaliation are not going to serve your purpose. Okay, so avoid any retaliation at work regarding finances. Vengeance is not worth your time or energy. And know that whatever you decide to do, it's going to be really successful, because I've got some good things coming your way. Okay, the energy is passing, is what they're saying. All right, so do you have anything you want me to? Okay, so you're saying yes. Okay, you need some anti-tower stuff. Okay. All right. I love that. And yes, fresh starts can be scary and weird. I hear you, Will. And let's see, that has come up before. Don't retaliate, walk away from the drama. Yeah, that seems to be, I mean, with your accident and everything else, I mean, you are going through it, my friend, but it looks like it's starting to clear. All the planets are going direct. So whatever planet caused this in your chart is going to be moving on. Okay. So you can finally take a breath and go, that was fun to pay off. Like this thing that we had happen in April into May, now we're just looking at each other going, we can feel the tension lifting. Like people are answering my emails. I'm finally in contact with finance. You know, his wound from the bite is healing. Like things are starting to get better now that his Saturn opposition is moving away, because Saturn was opposing himself. So we're also looking forward to that as well, because Jonathan's getting hammered too, some patients, and he is a triple Sagittarius in the Vedic and a triple Capricorn in the Western. So maybe it has something to do with that. Ooh, you guys are going through it. Okay. I just needed to know if I was going to be okay. Yeah, you're going to be all right. That's good. And then some of the best things are outside of our comfort zone. So true. Also, Pisces, my seventh house. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. That's where we had all the wars last month. Like, yeah, it really does. He's got his Saturn in Virgo, and so it's aspecting the Saturn in Pisces, sidereal Pisces. Oh my gosh, what a mess that was. So yeah, that definitely has something to do with it. He's moving on. You can take a breath, because he's our karma. You know, when he hit my moon in 2023, I was like, am I going to survive this? It was intense. We were left homeless, guys. It was crazy, but we ended up being okay. All right. And thank you, Will. I appreciate that. I got it done here in Mexico City. It was a wonderful place called Rock Your Hair Studio. They did a great job. And then I curl it and try to make it fun. So looking good for you guys. All right. So let's move on to our next lovely question. I'm so glad you could breathe a little easier. I feel better for you. So, oh my goodness. All right, we got some patients. We got Hershey. All right, Kali, you are next. Are you in the audience, Kali, or Kalili, or the Kali? I love that name. My Ishtadevati is Parvati in all of her forms. She is a rock for me in my life. And it's a little different spelling, but her name is Kali. It's Kali Yuga. And you were August 24th, 1990. Ooh, you're young. Let's see. And you're wondering if there's any significant shifts, changes, or things in your path that stand out at this time, please. Okay, we have to check in, dear, before I will go ahead and give you your reading, okay? So go ahead and check in. And if Kali does not come in, Will, you are next. So, and then after Will, we have Harley, and then we have Mona, and then we have Day, and then we have Garnet, and we'll definitely get to you, Venus. And then I will add to your question, Will, because you added a little extra there at the end, okay? And Salo, it's good to see you. Thank you. We are all a beautiful trinity, aren't we? I love that. And then Shiloh is me. Good to see you. I'll go ahead and get your question in. And then Fun Boy. All right. I don't need your date of birth. I'm just going to do card readings. But you're welcome to, anyone in the audience is welcome to sign up for readings. I'm always available for those. I go really in depth. I spend between 9 and 12 hours on a chart before we meet. So I put a lot of energy into my my consultations, a full day, more than a work day of work to just get everything in order that's coming your way. And I look at the yogas, and you have multiple charts in Vedic astrology, hundreds. So it's really in depth. So all right. So, Will, you are next. Thank you for checking in, Will. Advice for Libra, lots of bills to pay. And let's see. Oh, there you are. I'm trying to build a new identity after a hectic year, breakup, moving home, and job. Ooh, you've been through it. Okay. You have been through it. All right. Well, usually when we go through a ton of transformation, there is, we go through these tower moments that you get the beautiful star, a new start. So even though you're kind of standing naked and alone and feeling a little vulnerable, if you look at the card, it's very hopeful and beautiful because to start anew is a good thing. Jonathan and I had a tower moment in 2023, and I didn't think we were going to make it. I really didn't, you guys. It was bad, and we're doing okay now. It was an act of God that helped us, and we're still struggling because of what happened, but not in the way that we could have been. So it makes us very thankful for the things that we do have in our life, and it's good. It's good, good, good. Oh my goodness, Will, you got a lot of energy in and around you. Okay, yeah, you have been through some stuff. I can definitely see that in the cards. Okay, let's see if I can get an oracle card for you. All right, and I spend a little more time on tippers, guys, so just be aware of that. Okay, the first card I got was Jupiter. You do have some blessings coming your way, so that's good. He is a planet that does bring blessings, and he's going to be moving into sidereal Cancer June 1st, so you might see a big shift then. I don't have your chart, but that is just, something I'm intuitively tapping into. Okay, and then what I got as far as like how you can handle everything that you've just been through. And it's a lot, because when I get something like this, what it tells me is that you have been through a little bit of a war in your life, okay? Because I got the Five of Wands, but luckily it came up reversed. So this is peace and harmony, walking away and not engaging with the negative energy that's been in and around your life in your past, okay? So this is good. I got this card for when we moved to Mexico a couple years ago because I wanted to stay out of the, as I projected, world war and civil war that is currently going on in the United States. So it's important that you do not feed any of the negative energy from your past. Walk away from it. Don't engage with it. If it comes back and rears its ugly head, which it can every now and then, just go, this isn't mine. I've shed it. That skin has been shed. I am moving on and moving up. Okay. Then I got the Four of Cups. This is the end of dissatisfaction in your life. Things are going to start looking up for you. New opportunities. You're going to feel a little more motivated. The regeneration of a possible new relationship is possible, and you'll be more committed to your future because you just got rid of a lot of stuff that was holding you back. That transformation might have hurt quite a bit, but it was for your highest good so that you can move into the best version of you without anyone standing in your way of your beautiful personal journey. Okay, well, then I got the Four of Swords. You've been through a lot, my friend. Take a rest, take a break. She's nesting. This is all about keeping your beautiful equilibrium, because after you've gone through all of that, mental, emotional, physical upheaval in your life, financial, all of that, it's important to take out some time from some relaxation. That'll help you better strategize your future. If you can meditate, especially in the morning between 4 and 6, that's the best time to do it. Go on a retreat and just take out some time for recovery if you can, because this is really going to help you move forward in a really bright and beautiful way. Okay. Now, this is the energy that I got that's a bit of a warning, okay? This is you or someone around you. I got Knight of Cups reversed, okay? So this is someone who uses some deceit and manipulation to get their way, especially emotionally, because they fear commitment and intimacy. There could be a lack of direction or emotional blocks. That's why I said this could be you because of what you just went through as well, or someone in your environment that you need to be aware of. Sometimes they don't always tell me. So just know that emotional rescuing is not the same as love. Don't romanticize your suffering. It could lead to, emotional addiction, savior fantasies, things like that. So it's important that you pay attention to how you pursue energy in the future because you're learning a lot, especially when it comes to your heart space moving forward. And as far as work and things like that coming your way, I got an excellent card for you, Will. I got the Three of Pentacles. This is the card of, collaboration, skill, working with others toward, it's a card of teamwork. You see, they're putting this beautiful tapestry or loom together, and they're all working together to make it happen. So there's going to be a lot of collaboration coming your way in that arena. So that's good. And it's important that you don't take everything on yourself because it's important that you allocate the responsibilities that you're really good at and can contribute accordingly, and that you give responsibilities to other people so that beautiful teamwork can manifest. Okay? I hope that was helpful, Will. And best of luck to you. Okay. Oh, Collie's back. Good to see you, Collie. Okay. So before I get to Collie, is Harley here? Are you here, Harley? Because you're after Collie if you're still here. Okay. Oh, and you're so welcome, Will. Thank you for your feedback. I really appreciate that. So it's really resonated with me. Thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. And Harley's here. Wonderful, Harley. And yes, Jane is not feeling well, Kristen. So if you can send her some good energy, that would be awesome. It's lovely to see you, dear. All right. So wondering if there's any significant changes or shifts, things in your path. Okay, they're standing out. Let's ask. Right. Usually go to my karma cards to kind of find out like what's going on there because I'm an astrologer and it lets me peek in a little bit. What might be going on in the sky without looking at someone's chart. Interesting. You've got some energy around you. It's spinning. You're definitely picking up on something. Right. It's going to work out, though. Okay? All right. Question. There we go. And thank you for messaging her on Facebook, Kirsten. I really appreciate that. That's so sweet of you. Yeah, we love Jane, you guys. I look forward to reading with her every month because we talk afterwards for like sometimes an hour, 2 hours longer. It's just because she's such a great person to hang out with, in addition to just being a great reader and psychic. So okay. Kali or Kalili. I can't really tell what the spelling there. It comes up differently on my computer. So if I'm scratching, it's because I'm covered in mosquito bites, you guys. And yes, I am using off. It's just they love me. All right. So I got Gemini. This is the card about its information, its communication. It's making sure that you're answering those emails, taking those phone calls, really being in touch with those texts. Okay. So this is all about what you want to be known and communicating what needs to happen. It's important that you don't vacillate too much under Gemini, but it's good to keep an open mind as you do communicate and move forward. Find out where Gemini is for you specifically, and that can give you a few more clues. Now, this is the energy that I see blocked. Okay, dear, I got the Page of Cups reversed. So this is someone who they kind of fear the future. They fear rejection. They have a lot of unprocessed trauma that they're dealing with. They can be a little insecure. This is a younger person who doesn't feel like they're living up to their potential. It's because they're busy dreaming. They're a little ungrounded. They can be a little possessive and emotionally aggressive sometimes, okay? So it's important that you do not take on too much of the emotions of this person that are in and around your environment, and make sure that it's not you as well. But the main energy I'm getting is this is a younger person in your life that is kind of struggling with their emotional self and stepping into who they are as a person. Okay, they're a little ungrounded here, as you can see. Right, this is the card for when, Jonathan has a bad cognitive day, for example. Some of his unprocessed trauma comes out, and it's like, okay, let's deal with this. We all have that. All right. Then I got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, so this is someone who is resisting change. All right. Some karmic loops are going on, some bad luck made by some poor decision making. So, and change is really stressful if it's being resisted. So, and when they're trying to stop events from happening, they're kind of clogging the wheel and keeping it from going right side up. Okay, so there's an imbalance here when it comes to this particular person. And then, oh, you have a teenager. Well, that would probably be this energy. Okay. And then she finally just gave me a day off to go to her dad's today. I'm resting from her energy. Okay, so there's some stuff going on there. That's good. Well, here is Avalon the Virgo, lovely to see you. Here is the energy that's going to come around and kind of get things going for you. Now, I don't know what kind of relationship you have with your ex, so I'm not sure if this is him, but this is a very strong male in your life. And I got the King of Cups. The King of Cups can help regulate the Page of Cups. So this is a healer, a counselor, someone who is very stable regarding their emotions. They're a compassionate ally and a listener. So if this isn't her father in her life, you might want to consider getting a counselor in her life that can really help her with some of the things that she's struggling with emotionally, because we've all been teenagers, we've been there. Oh my goodness. So I think that he can help her with more of those negative impulses that she's struggling with at this phase in her life, which is not unheard of, especially in our teen years, because those are not easy years to navigate. Okay, so that's the main energy I got in and around that. Now I did go to my oracle deck, then I got a really good card. I got the Nectar card. This is the Divine Amrita. So when this appears, there's a life force that's going to surge back into your being, which is really cool. So this is going to bring a lot of renewal in your relationship with her. When it comes to, there's going to be some emotional rejuvenation. She's going to feel a little more nourishing than draining, because you kind of mentioned that, oh my gosh, I need a break. So once she is able to kind of stabilize her emotional state with a person who's got this down, you can expect some really good energy to follow. This is a good thing. This is a card to get, because life renews itself when effort meets grace. And if she puts the efforts into understanding her emotional state and communicating her needs in an adult way, things are going to get a lot easier at home. That's the main thing that they're showing me. So I hope that was helpful, my dear, and best of luck with raising a teenager. Oh my goodness, you're a saint. I used to teach high school and loved it, so I know a little bit about what you're going through, but I don't have a teenager, so it's totally different when you live with them. So, oh my gosh. Oh, wow, yes, the issue is that her dad is very immature. Okay, that's why she never goes, but I've been asking her if she wants to go to therapy. Good. And then I pay to take her. Well, they're totally supporting that. That's really going to help her. And it's possible she's picking up some of these bad habits from dad, because we look up to our parents and they're kind of mirrors for us. So I think it'd be really good for her to have a strong, healthy male influence, especially if she's getting some of the immaturity from dad, to help direct her emotional states and how to be more mature as she steps into adulthood and handling her feelings, because the hormones and it's so much when we're teenagers, right? That is so on point. Thank you so much. I feel relieved and having clarity now. Oh, that's so great. I love it when spirit does that. I'm so glad. And Avalon the Virgo, I went ahead and got your question in. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to take a sip. Okay. All right. So Harley is here. Thank you for checking in, Miss Harley. Can I get an energy read between Rob and I? Oh, you're in a long distance relationship. Okay. I've been in those before. They're interesting. Let's see. I find that they can work in the short term, but long term is a little harder. That's just my own experience. So it is important that you guys find ways to really connect with each other. So if there's not too much time that goes by in between. Ooh, you really like this person. Ooh, Harley. Harley is in love. I love it. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. Well, I mean, the great thing is this is a relationship you can feel positive about because I got Jupiter. Jupiter also represents the husband, the guru, blessings in our life. It's a good card to get in a reading like this. So I'm kind of excited for you. And then my Oracle deck wanted to talk to you, which is really cool. I mean, I got 3 cards out of it. It doesn't usually give me 3 cards, so that's really awesome. The first card I got was Balance. So this is Sthita Prajna, and when she arrives, it's stillness becoming strength. So when it comes to love and relationships, seeking compromise and mutual understanding is really going to strengthen your bond together, and because a lot of harmony is going to emerge through conscious alignment. So that's really good. So anything that helps you be mindful and restore equilibrium with each other is going to be great as far as deepening your bond with each other, which I love to see in a love reading. And if you keep things peaceful, things are going to be victorious. I got the victory card. So taking emotional risks can lead to a lot of clarity and liberation over the next few months. So really being honest about your feelings and how because victory favors those who dare to enter. So it's important that you can open those gates of triumph in your relationship when you are courageous enough to be the real you. Okay, so this card indicates there's going to be a breakthrough or a success that's going to require a little bit of bravery on your part. Okay, then I got another interesting card. I got Desire. This is when I said, oh, you really like this person. Okay. So this is Hidimba. She appears when desire is no longer something to apologize for. It demands a lot of honesty. Like I said, you got to be brave in this relationship. Let this person know how you feel and vice versa. So she actually shattered the archetype of the self-denying woman. Her shadow is a sacrifice at any cost. She was actually a demon in the Mahabharata. And she fell in love with Bhima, one of the Pandavas, and he was on the other side of the war. And so he said, I can't marry you because you're a demoness and you have this family that's really, evil and this, that, and the other. And she goes, well, to keep my brother's planning on murdering you, I'll take your side. And she did. She ended up marrying him. So she kind of like flipped in the middle of the war. It was really interesting because her desire for Bhima, because she was hit by an arrow from Kama, he's like Cupid in the Vedic philosophy, she really loved him. And so when this card appears, there's an intense attraction. There's a big longing that arises here. So be very clear whether this desire honors your future or just your hunger, because this tells me that there's a lot of desire here, okay? So desire is a very sacred thing when it serves your growth, but it's dangerous when it consumes wisdom. So I think that's why they're asking you to really step out on a ledge, to be honest, be direct with what you want in the relationship, because it's really going to open up a lot of things for you. All right. Oh, and Greg, I'll pray for you, sweetie. I'm sorry if you're going through stuff. Oh my goodness, Gregory. And then, all right. Let's see here. And you think it was mutual. Yeah. All right. Very cool. Well, don't be afraid to let that out. I love that for you, sweetie. Okay, so the next question is Mona Lee. Are you here, Mona Lee? Please check in, my dear. And then we have day 5650. And you are so welcome, Harley. Thank you for letting me tap in. All right. Mona Lee is here. Yay, good to see you, Mona Lee. Advice for Leo, feeling excited about May. Okay, so are you a Western Leo or a sidereal Leo? Because that makes a big difference. If I'm scratching, guys, it's because I'm just covered in mosquito bites. They're all over me. It's like over 2 dozen of them. I left the window open, and even though I put like off all over me, it's even 9 hour off. They eat me alive. It's great for Jonathan because he's got a rare blood type and they don't like him. I've got a common one and they love me. So, and I eat a lot of fruit, so it makes me sweet. All right. So, what kind of Leo are you, my dear? Let's see. Okay, you are present. Good. Leah, good to see you, Leah. Welcome. Yeah, there's like a joke with people. They're like, if you're at an outdoor gathering, just go stand next to Michelle because she'll take care of all the mosquitoes for you. They love me. Remember when I was a little girl and we were living in Hawaii? They thought I had chicken pox with mosquitoes. I was so covered in them. I mean, they even go. I have one on the palm of my hand, you guys, right here. It's all the way down my arm. You guys can see it. It's crazy. Yeah, it's all over the place, and they're really itchy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not like itching my wounds. Okay, they love you too, Mona Lee. Oh, what is sidereal? I was born in. Okay, sidereal is the Vedic calculation. If you go to my website, astrologicaltarot.com, I have a calculator there. So you might be a Cancer in a sidereal, which would be interesting, which tells me that Jupiter might be entering your sun soon, which is a really good energy to have. I love it when he does that. It's every 12 years, and it's so good. Okay, let's see what's going on here for you. Okay, you've been through some stuff. Okay, and I have their welts. You can see it's a welt. See that? It's not just a normal bite. It's crazy. All right, Morley. Okay, so the first one I got was you've been going through a lot of transformation. Okay, Mona Lee, this is telling me that it involves someone from your past, okay, because I did get the ninth house of spiritual values. So you kind of moved through this Gandanta. There's a Gandanta that occurs between Scorpio, which rules the eighth house, and Sagittarius, which rules the ninth house. It's called the Abhukta Mula Gandanta. And so you went through a lot of transformation in this area and you came out on the other side. It really helped you spiritually understand who you are and what you accept and don't expect, especially when it comes to your relationships. Because when I asked, like, what is this about? I got the Lover's card. Okay, so this is someone who it puts you through a bit of a spiritual knot. Okay, so that is the main thing there. I got that, they might have shattered some wishes. Okay, this is my wish card, but it came up upside down. So emotionally, this was an unbalanced union that was going on. And it brought some misfortune your way because I got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay. You are healing. I got Three of Swords, but it came up reversed. Now, I love it when I get this card because when it's reversed, it tells me that you are doing the work necessary to really stand your ground, find out who you are, and what you can learn from the situation. You're healing from this betrayal. The worst is over. There's an end in sight for you. Yay! You can free your beautiful emotions to a new perspective and stop carrying any of the wounds from the past. Okay? Don't let them sabotage any of your current relationships because those are really important. You want to invite new, good, full energy into your life. Okay, my dear? All right. And then I got another good card for you. I got the Four of Cups, but it came up reversed. It's good when it comes up reversed because this is the end of dissatisfaction. Things are going to start looking up for you. A new opportunities coming your way, and it's going to make you feel really motivated again. So this is a regeneration of relationship and commitment and things like that. So that's the main thing that I'm getting for you coming your way. That's exciting stuff. So, and bingo. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know, my dear. Okay. Hope that was helpful. All right. Oh, yeah, I love henna garnet. It's so pretty, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it'll cover up all of the mosquito bites. I'm serious. They're all over me. It's nuts. And you're welcome, Mona Lee. Thank you for letting me tap into your beautiful energy. All right. So day 5650, you are next. Are you here? Are you here? And then we have the lovely Garnet. And then we have Venus. And then Shiloh, Fun Boy, and Avalon. Day, are you here? Please check in. And let me see if anyone else asked the question. Okay, I think I got everybody. All right. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. And Day, can you change your question? Yeah, go ahead and do it right now. Go ahead and do it right now. And I will go ahead and pull some cards for you. And thank you for staying in. Has my forever person seen me yet? Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Let's see here. So let's roast it. Now let's try this deck. Oh. Wow. This is really interesting. You've got a cool energy. Huh. This is different. I don't get this too often. Day, do you have like, how is your dream world? Because I'm getting a lot of energy in and around your dream world. It's very active. So the reason I say that is I got the 12th house. The 12th house is a hidden house. So it tells me that they might not have seen you yet, but you guys have been in each other's dreams before. So this is a spiritual relationship. This is something that goes beyond. This is also this also can represent past lives, hidden things. So you may not have met them like full on in the flesh, but you've dreamt about each other. Okay, so and it's because you do have a very strong spiritual connection. Like even though, right now you and I are separated by space, we're connecting through this through electricity, right? Souls that are, how do I say this? They call it the silver thread theory, right? Like Jonathan and I have been to a lot of the same places before we met, including we worked in the same office building on the same floor. I went to a university right the 2 blocks from his house. We didn't meet during any of those times. I studied at the same Starbucks that he had all of his real estate meetings at. We both went to the Bahamas. We both went to we went to really like specific places in the United States and in the world, yet we never met each other. So it's kind of like that. There's like some kind of silver thread between you and this person. This is a spiritual connection that you had with them, okay? And they dream about you and you dream about them, okay? So I got the King of Cups for his energy. This is someone who is a healer, a counselor. He's very understanding. He can also be an artist. He's very stable in his emotions. He's a compassionate ally, an ultimate listener, someone who's very considerate. It's a masculine energy regardless of gender, but it is, it's a really beautiful energy. Okay. So, I mean, I love seeing this for you. So that is your forever person. And so I asked, like, what's the energy in and around this? And I got the sun. This is really good. This is about radiance and validation. It can bring a lot of joy and success. There's really great communication because, your understanding of each other. There's no feelings of unworthiness going on because you both see each other for who the other person is and appreciate that. I love that for you. And again, you've dreamt about each other, but it hasn't come up yet. So that's really interesting when they show me that. Again, I did not meet Jonathan until much later in life, but we were in and around the same area for 2 decades almost.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, boom. And the thing is, other people in my life met him first, and then that's how I was introduced to him. It was this whole thing. It's crazy. So it's going to be something like that, I think, for you. This is what I asked about, which I thought was kind of interesting, was I got Eklavya from the Mahabharata oracle. So This tells me that when self-respect grows and you stop seeking validation from others, your personal growth will strengthen your emotional boundaries and self-worth, and then you'll be ready to accept this person into your life. So there's some self-study that needs to go on, some counseling, some journaling, ways that you can really step into who you are as a soul and take back some of the mistreatment that you've received in the past, or any self-sabotage that you could still be doing to move forward, because this is a really beautiful union and I want this for you. Okay, because you guys can really benefit each other on this. I love spiritual relationships because there's so much benefit can be derived from them. Okay, so, and you're 45, 46 in July. Okay, and that resonates totally. Awesome. All right, well, he's there. You just got to do some of that inner work and you'll attract each other. I mean, I had a lot of inner work to do before I met Jonathan. I was going through a divorce when I met him, so I didn't even look at him that way. It wasn't until years later that I went, huh. And he went, hmm. But we were friends for years before anything happened, like big happened. Um, and because I was married and then I was going through a divorce. And, he said that he had always loved me, but I didn't love him back because I wasn't in a space where I could. I had to do that inner work, right? I had to get some of my self-confidence back, things like that. So they're asking you to do the same thing, and you got some great energy coming your way, my dear. All right. Kieran, welcome to see you. I will go ahead and put you in. All right. Juanita's here. Hello. Good to see you. All right. Let's see. Our next question is the lovely Garnet. Are you here, Garnet? And then after Garnet, we have Venus. Okay. Garnet, are you here? And then my guy is supposed to have just left a big relationship too in a previous read. Okay, so he's got some healing to do too. Yeah. So you do your work, he'll do his work, and then you'll be ready to go. Garnet's here. Yay. All right. And then Shiloh, you are after Venus. Okay. So just stay tight. We go in order. Okay. All right. So Garnet, let me get to your question. Read if I have gone inward to protect myself, neighbors seem to drain you. Okay, well, if some of these crazy wars that we just had happened in your third house, that'll do it. So, like I said, it's important to look at, there's been crazy stuff going on in the sky, especially toward the end of April. The 18th to the 22nd was especially potent. So let's see what's going on regarding how you can best remedy that situation, Garnet. I know you like to garden, which is good. Okay. What do you have for Garnet? Okay. Ooh, they are causing you some problems. Okay. All right, Garnet. So the good news is this can be remedied. So that's the good news, okay? But I did get the Chariot reverse. So you're kind of in a situation right now where you're a little stuck, all right? So this is about kind of a scattered focus, a loss of control. There's a little burnout going on regarding the neighbors. They're not able to keep their emotions at bay. And so it's important that, if there's some issues in this area, that you address them in a way that is going to best help everyone. So I asked, what's going on? I got some youthful energy in and around this. I got the Page of Wands. So this is all about, youthfulness, new ideas and plans, feeling motivated, rising against challenges. This is a very happy page. So there's a lot of limitless possibilities when it comes to how to deal with this energy. So that's good. But they're asking you not to take it too seriously and to have more of a youthful approach to it. Okay, because I did get the Page of Swords after that. This is a card of action, and this is a card of, mental, research, curiosity. So this is about being a little clever with how to deal with them and doing so in a very youthful way. Okay, so This is about new ideas, obviously protecting your privacy, because that is also something that's important when neighbors test boundaries. So they're saying to be, don't be defensive, but be watchful, okay, regarding what's going on. And try not to put too much, because when I get this energy, it tells me there's a little immaturity going on, but it will work itself out, okay? Now, I did get a card for the overall situation, and my heart really does go out to you because this isn't easy. All right. I got the Nine of Swords. Okay. Now, when I get the Nine of Swords, this is a card that's all about, it's a bit of a nightmare. Okay. You could be obsessing about this a little too much. It's causing some anxiety, possibly even insomnia. So know that worrying and feeling guilty and just like trying to work this out or obsess about it isn't going to be helpful, but coming up with new innovative ideas and setting fresh boundaries can. Okay, so it's important that if you're going through some mental loops, that this is probably from a little bit of trauma attachment that they're having you work through, and they're asking you to kind of heal from this through not allowing those intrusive thoughts in and to take on a fresh perspective on how to handle them. Okay. And you're not going to have to use the kings or the queens or the knights to do that. The pages are just fine. Okay. I hope that was helpful, my dear. Oh my goodness. And petty people, I just laugh. Yeah, they're saying just, you've got a little bit of a kid in you, Garnet, which I kind of like about you. You kind of have this innocent, fun energy that I love tapping into when I read for you. So allow that kid out because that's really cool and beautiful. All right, my dear. All right. And then let's see. Our next question is the lovely Venus. Yay! The person responsible for my sister's death is being released this month. Oh, that's some heavy energy, honey. 4 years early because of a flaw in the parole sentencing law. I'm emailing legislators in hopes to bring change to this law. Guidance. That's some heavy stuff. Okay. All right, Miss Venus. Let's find out what's going on there. Yeah, the law has been not the greatest lately. We're dealing with our own family issue on Jonathan's side. And it blew up this year, so we're just kind of we're trying to deal with that the best we can. It's amazing what people can get away with in a society that's going through as much change as Los Estados Unidos. So let's see what's going on. My condolences for the death of your sister, my dear. That is a very difficult thing to have to go through. Okay. Guidance. What could she do, guys? Oh, wow. This is interesting. They're taking me to a whole new something here. Wow. You got some energy coming your way, honey. Like, speaking of Venus, this is a very Venusian spread. There's going to be someone that can probably help you emotionally through some of this angst, okay? And you're welcome, Garnet. And a renegade, I'll get you in. Okay. So I got Sagittarius and Gemini. They're opposite each other. This usually happens during lunar eclipses, something like that. But what this tells me is it's important that you continue to communicate what needs to happen, because Gemini is all about communication and Sagittarius is the sign that involves the law. It's the ninth house. So the judiciary system. Okay. Now it's getting hit by, the United States, its ascendant is a Sagittarius and it's opposite Gemini in the seventh house. And so, right now, like journalism and the law and things like that are just completely up in the air in Los Estados Unidos. And your sister's case is one of many, unfortunately, especially as we see some of the structures that keep us safe start to tumble. So continue to communicate legally what you would like to see done. The things that you are sending to legislators are helpful. It really does shine a light on keeping other people safe, because when you get people that offend like this, and they don't spend the time in counseling or in a system that is going to rehabilitate them fully, they're likely to go out and do it again. It's like Ted Bundy. He escaped from prison and then immediately started killing women again. It's just, it was in him. He was born during an eclipse. Same eclipse as Donald Trump, only he's new moon and Donald Trump is full moon. So when you get this type of energy, it is really important for you to continue to communicate what needs to be done legally, and know that you are making a difference, even if you're not getting the response that you feel that you deserve. Okay. And you're sending them every week. Yeah, they're supporting that. Okay. They really are. And then he has warrants out in different states. He even jumped bail. Oh my gosh. So he's like, he's not even sorry. Okay, well, here's the thing. You have some good things coming your way, okay, to help you deal with this. Because it's a lot, especially when the judicial system lets us down. Jonathan and I have been through this. We're going through it right now with a family member. It's not easy, and my heart goes out to you. So I got the Lovers. Okay. This is some kind of a union or someone that you're going to meet that really aligns with your values. Now, I normally, when I get this card, it's like, oh, no, this is something coming your way. Okay. This is big stuff. Like, and I know that you're attracting some of this energy already from your past readings. So they're asking you to change your perspective a little bit, like obviously keep writing those letters and making your sister's case known. But while you're waiting, there are going to be some delays, there are going to be some hangups. It's going to cause you to surrender a little bit. When you take these pauses, really go in for spiritual insight, especially when it comes to a potential union or relationship coming your way, because they're highlighting that. Okay. That's the big thing. So I asked, when she goes through this hangman moment, what can she kind of expect to reveal? Okay. I got the Ace of Cups, heart space again. So this is new love, compassion, desires, an open heart. This is someone that can kind of help you navigate through this trauma that's happened in your life, but at the same time help you develop a different perspective on how you approach love and life and everything else. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, this is a very beautiful Ace of Cups, isn't it? Just right in her heart space there. So that's going to bring some emotional renewal your way and perhaps give you the strength needed to continue advocating for your sister. Okay. And then I'm not kidding, Venus. This is why I said this is clearly they're pointing you toward a love reading. Okay. I got love from the Mahabharata Oracle. So I got the Lovers. I got, the Ace of Cups. This is a lot of energy, my dear. So this is Radha. And when Radha appears, love remembers its divine origin. That's that Ace of Cups energy. So this card is going to bring a pure, heartfelt connection your way and love that flows without fear, which is great. So any fear that you're dealing with regarding this person getting let out on bail, know that you have a support system coming your way, a deep emotional bond, a reunion, a spiritual partnership can arise, okay? That's going to help you really feel free to express who you are and be courageous as you step forward. That's kind of cool. So a lot of love coming your way, my dear. I thought that was interesting. So yeah. Okay. And oh, thank you, Juanita. Yeah, I love them. Oh, yes. Our hearts go out to you. You're made of better stuff. Be strong. Thank you, Garnet. That's so sweet. I know. Wow, right? Yeah, they weren't subtle. I mean, every card was pointing toward like something coming your way. So be open to it. Have an open heart. And this person can kind of help you with the trauma of losing your sister and dealing with this person who should not be let out of prison. But just, they recognize that the steps that you're taking to advocate for her. So keep doing that and know that you've got a support coming. Okay. No, interesting. It's interesting when they do that. All right. So, Shiloh, are you still here, my dear? I saw you a little earlier. Shiloh. All right. So let's, we have the night sky behind us. You want to go ahead and turn off this light, and then I'm going to put on another one here. so you guys can see the beautiful Mexico City skyline behind me. Oh, over here, honey. Oh, okay. He's going all the way around so he doesn't have to walk over the wire here. Okay, turn off that light there. All right, and then I'm going to put on a different effect here. There we go. Tell me if that works. If you guys like cinematic or if you like bright. That's bright. And that's low. It's a little dark. But what do you guys think? What looks better, cinematic or bright? Just let me know. I think cinematic looks pretty good, but that's just me. Okay. So, oh, honey, you'll want to turn on the light in the bedroom, not all the lights. Thank you. I'm like, wow, I'm in the dark. I got to be able to see my cards. All right. So while Jonathan turns the light on, let's see if Shiloh checked in. Yay, good to see you. Thanks for staying with us, my dear. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Thank you, my dear. All right, so you guys can see beautiful Mexico City. Isn't that awesome? Oh. All right. Will Ludo have a fresh start? I stepped away from the connection because things weren't balanced. Okay, let's take a look, my dear. And I'm glad that you took a step back for that time. That's good. It's good to do a lot of self-reflection and things like that. Hello, we got a jumper. Holy cow. Oh, not bad. All right, let's see what else we got here. Ooh. Okay. All right. Here's the main energy I'm getting in and around. There was a difference in intellect in the way that you guys communicate with each other because I got Mercury. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad that you were able to recognize the imbalance that was taking place and take appropriate steps. I got that actually improved the situation for both of you because you especially were able to go and really reflect on what was best for you and what you were trying to get out of that particular connection. Okay. All right. Then I got the Seven of Swords, but it came up reversed. This is an apology for things that have been stolen, but also an apology just in general for, hey, I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I said that. Okay, so someone is feeling a little sorry, which is good because that's what reflection allows us to do. All right. And then I got a really good one. I got the loyalty card. This shows you like what you expect in your relationships. Loyalty is very important to you. And when I get the Seven of Swords reversed, it tells me that they weren't as mentally loyal or as upfront as they could have been. That was something that you needed. So you need a partner or a friend that stands firmly by you. And you are evaluating where loyalty is being reciprocated in relationships because that's the kind of thing that you would like to attract. Okay. Because loyalty reveals itself through actions, not through words. All right. So that's an important lesson for you to learn as you reflect on this partnership. Okay. It's important that you don't let any vengeance or retaliation get involved here. It sounds like you're not. Don't carry around any rejection or heartbreak that's blocking your ability to pursue a healthy relationship moving forward, and try to let go of some of those expectations. But definitely stand in loyalty because that's something that you deserve, my dear. And make sure that you're on the same page, especially mentally and communicative wise, and that can bring a lot more good energy your way, especially when it comes to working through those relationships. Okay? I hope that was helpful, my dear. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's go on to the next one. Fun boy, are you here? Are you here, fun boy? Please check in. Avalon the Virgo is after fun boy, and then we have Huron, and then we have Renegade. Okay, so make sure you guys are in the audience. Okay, Shiloh, yes, I was over functioning and carrying more than my share. Yep, it took a long time. I stepped away hoping I could come back stronger because it feels like a spiritual connection. Okay, well, it was because it was supposed to teach you something. And that is what kind of loyalty do you expect? Because loyalty is not shown through just words like, oh, love you, baby. Oh, this. No, it's one of the best. It, I, I used to be on a show called Ask the Oracles with Monte Farber and Amy Zerner, and they're both psychics that are well known in our community. They make amazing decks and artwork and books. And I mean, they've got like over 50 tools. Um, and I was a big proponent of their work, and I got to be on their show and read with them. And one thing that Monte said whenever someone, especially a woman, asked a relationship question, or, doesn't really matter what gender you are, is where is that person right now? Oh, well, they're busy, or they have this, or they have that. Nah, if they want to be in your life, they're going to be in your life. They're going to be loyal. They're going to be next to you. They're going to be with you. Like, that's the thing about Jonathan and I, is we were friends for years before anything happened, and it really helped us develop a solid friendship and foundation before we even thought about a relationship. Like, he loved me and I didn't know it, but I wasn't even ready. Like, I had a lot of work to do before I let somebody else in, especially after my divorce. I was a wreck. So it's important that you keep doing that work, and that way you can really attract someone who's meant for you. And as someone who's been there, know that you've got this, okay? And then elephants have great memories and grieve the loss of another. They really do, and they're super loyal, darn it. So I'm so glad that was helpful. And yay, Fun Boy's here. All right, you're next, my dear. Thanks for checking in. Medical billing and coding, you got it. Let's take a look. How will it go? Okay, my decks are saying no. This is interesting. There we go. Now we got a yes. Ew. Okay. Did you go in for the interview? You're studying right now, but are you going in for an interview? Or do you still have some tests that you need to take? Definitely look into AI, because if you're able to use those systems, it'll put you above the fold. Okay. So I got a little bit of a transition coming your way. Okay, Fun Boy. You're only studying. Okay, good. So the main energy that I'm getting in and around this is an energy that you just need to be aware of, okay, is I got the ego card. Okay, this is Doradna. When it comes to your career, ambition that's unchecked can sabotage long-term success. So revisit your motives, and really, really try to focus on facing anything that you feel. That don't be too confident is what they're saying, because there are some things that you're going to need to do to really put yourself ahead of the fold, because there are some new systems coming into play regarding coding and things like that. I know that just working in tech. Okay, like, we have to stay really on top of everything in order to keep things moving. Okay, so then I went to my tarot. Okay. And the reason I said it's important for you to do that is I got the strength card. They're saying, keep it up. You're going to be okay. Endure this. Be courageous. Have patience. You're going to master it, but it's going to take some time. Okay, so don't rush into anything. Don't get too excited. Don't let the ego rule. Really come at this from a very, like, a brave place. Try not to have any self-doubt, but at the same time, identify any weaknesses that could keep you from being successful in this type of career. Okay. The card that I got toward the end of the reading is really good, but I'm hoping you can reflect on it a little bit. And I don't know if you're thinking about this, but it's important that you look into self-employment. So even if you take on a medical coding job, that it's more of a contract than it is like a full-time W-2. Because when I get the Nine of Pentacles, this is all about independence and self-reliance. So this can bring you a lot of abundance. This is a very sixth house type of energy. It's like my astrology practice. I work from home. I run my own business. I pay my own bills. I have my own overhead, things like that. Same thing in tech is people hire me on a contract basis. And so I make my own hours. I don't go into an office. Okay. So that's why I can travel. I have a lot more freedom. If I don't like a boss or someone I'm working for, I just turn down the contract. I'm not stuck in the W-2 where I'm having to put up with that toxic crap. I used to do that in the past, and I went, I'm done with the narcissist. And that's what Dharadna is. So it's important that you avoid those narcissistic personality types. And one of the best ways to do that is to be as independent when it comes to your work as possible. And that's really going to help you stay away from some of those more unsavory management types that don't know what they're doing and take out their insecurity. So will do, knew it wasn't going to be easy, exactly what I thought. You can work at your own pace. Yeah, you can. And you want to be remote. Yeah. So they support that line of work instead of you going into an office situation and you have some like narcissist standing over your shoulder going, what are you having for lunch today? Or, stuff like that, where it's like, it has nothing to do with your job. They're just there to mess with you. We've all had those bosses where it's like, why are you here? So you want to try to avoid that. Okay. And you also stay out of all of the office drama and politics and stuff too, which is, ugh. It's just, I'm like you. I'm here to do a job. Ugh. Okay. Ramsey's here. Good to see you, my friend. I hope that you're doing well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you caught us for the beautiful night sky here in Mexico. All right. And then Avalon the Virgo, are you here? Hiran, are you here? Renegade, are you here? You have to check in. And then I'll go ahead and give you guys a read, okay? And then let me check. Let's see if there's anything else. I think I got everybody. All right. Please check in. And bless you too, sweetie. Avalon's here. Yay. All right. Is Pisces still holding on to us being together, or is he given up over now? I'm wondering if I'm the only one who still wants this. Okay, well, again, loyalty is an action, not a word, okay? So if he's not with you, that kind of answers the question, okay? But let's go ahead and look at the cards to see what Spirit has to say about it, okay, Avalon? So I don't have to, like, you know how I test my deck to see if it's an off or an on day, or if I'm just a little off? I'll say, does Jonathan love me? And I'll go to my deck and go, oh, okay, he does. Because that's how I know that this is a good deck and it's going to tell me the truth. Because I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it. So he's never made me doubt his love. And so that's something that you deserve, my dear. Okay? And I make sure that he doesn't doubt that. I mean, it's vice versa. You gotta, loyalty is being there for each other through thick and thin, really loving each other despite what life throws at you. It's important that you attract that for you because you deserve it. So we're on different countries and had obstacles. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. The cards are pointing that out. Okay. Yeah. Oh, honey. All right. Okay, so here's the good news. You can stop wasting your time on this person, okay? You need to move on to something a little better for you because that's what you deserve. You deserve loyalty. You deserve love. You deserve compassion. You deserve all of the good things in life, okay? Now, the reason I say this is the first card I got was the Sun, but it came up reversed, okay? When it comes up reversed, this tells me that there's some inner child wounds that need to be addressed, and there's also bad communication going on because of that. So there's going to be some delays in success, not this feelings of unworthiness, things like that. You're not able to really truly be yourself around this person is what they're showing me. You can't let your true you out, and who wants to be in that situation? Okay, that's just not. It's not for you, my dear. Okay. Another block that I see in this relationship, which I suggest that you put on you go look for something else, okay? I got the Three of Cups reversed. So this is bad company. So this is a person who's not choosing good people to be around, and you don't want those people coming into your life by proxy. Okay, so they might be drinking too much, or they have a different lifestyle that doesn't really match yours. And also this also points to a relationship based on needs. And you'll feel like kind of a third wheel in and around their friends and who they like to be in and around. And it's good to have mutual friends. It's good to, be able to connect in that way. Okay. And then I got the Chariot reverse. This points out the long distance thing. Okay. So this is losing sight of your important goals. It's not being able to really reach each other. Okay. You're kind of stuck. All right. There might be a little bit of a scattered focus there. All right. So then I got the Hanged Man, but it came up reversed. A lot of reversals for you, my dear. So this is about waiting. You might be feeling a little vulnerable, but it's important not to let this turn into stagnation or martyrdom. You're not being truthful to yourself regarding this relationship, because you've sacrificed way too much of yourself to make other people happy. And this relationship is so one-sided when I get this card, and the other cards too. So lingering in the past to control the outcome is not going to change things moving forward. Move on. Stop martyring yourself for this person. You deserve someone so much better, someone you can be yourself around, someone that will invite good friends into your life and good energy into your sphere moving forward. And it's not this person. Okay, my dear. I wish I had better cards for you, but that's just the way spirit comes through sometimes. Okay, so let's see. We are in different countries and had obstacles. We made plans when his dad had a terrible fall and got into a coma. So our plans were on hold. Now it's like things aren't convenient anymore. You're right. Yeah. So it wasn't meant to be, my dear. Okay. But that doesn't mean there isn't something good coming your way. Okay. You know the way out. You already have the answers. Take off your blindfold, see the truth, step away, and go find someone who's really going to be loyal and love you. All right, sweetie. Okay, good to see you, Juanita. All right. Oh, thanks for sticking with me, Avalon. That was a lot. So I did not see Huron or Renegade come in. So, and you're welcome, my dear. Thanks for letting me tap in a little bit for you. So I wish you all the best. And I've been in a lot of bad relationships before I married Jonathan. And again, we were friends for years. I needed a lot of alone time before I even saw that as a possibility. Okay, so you are not alone in this, but know that good things will come your way. I'm speaking from experience. Okay, my dear. So, all right. So yeah, it's been almost 2 hours and we got through all of the questions. So I just want to say thank you all for coming and letting me tap into your beautiful energy. I will be on next week, same time, every Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So make sure to join, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I believe, let me look at the calendar here. Okay, the 18th, we're going to have Gerald on because he wasn't able to come on a couple of weeks ago. And then if Jane is feeling better, I will talk to her to see when she can come on next too. But if she doesn't get back to me, she'll definitely be on the 1st of next month, okay? Because I know we all adore her. So I hope that was helpful, everyone. And you're so welcome, Venus. And I'm glad that love has found a way in our hearts today too, Garnet. That's really beautifully said. Thank you, my dear. So I'm sending you all tons of love. Visit astrologicaltarot.com if you'd like a reading from me. I actually just booked my first Mexico City client, so I'm kind of excited about that. I know. Yeah, I'm getting better at Spanish, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm sending you all tons of love. And Venus, thank you so much for helping out in the audience. And my heart goes out to you as you navigate next steps for your sister. You're a really beautiful human being, and I appreciate your help in the chat. You're such an asset, and I appreciate you. So, all right. So I'm sending you all tons of love. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Love. Have a beautiful week, everyone.
Sacred knowledge from the stars. Vedic truth heals ancient scars. Mantras clear the karmic way, bringing light to guide each day. Let the planets show their signs as the cards and stars combine. Ancient wisdom flows through